heard the music of a wind ensemble called Honk. And that was from a concert last weekend featuring Mr. H and friends. It was a really special event last Sunday. And I've been featuring excerpts from the concert. And that was the music of Anton Reicha, written in the early 19th century. His opus 91 number 3, a wind quintet in D major. We heard Lento Allegro, first movement. So we'll play probably a bit more of that later on. I'd like to feature other excerpts from this concert. It was certainly a special event for me, and I think it's nice to share these things. Okay, folks, well, we are sharpening up the needles, getting organised, getting ready to zip, and on board for our afternoon session. And we are now going out on 40 metres as well as UHF, and also our presence on YouTube. It's all happening. So, yeah, that's the story. Well, Frank may be along soon. Oh, sorry, Frank, if you're there. I didn't have the channel open. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're busy. Anyhow, if he turns up, all in good. Otherwise, we'll just carry on. And a word about tonight. We will have our usual session tonight. These days don't go quite as late as I used to. I'm trying to sort of resource myself a little bit. But we'll do something weird and wonderful in the wee hours, starting at 11 o'clock. Here's a game plan. All right, so I will kick cut off with a recording of Ted Weems and his orchestra, a recording of special significance because, sad to say, all our chooks were eaten by a fox last week. I thought I had the fox-proof coop, which has sort of done really well for about 6-7 years, but they got the better of us. They got in through the egg nest. And I reckon they'd been working at it and caught us off guard, as always happens. So we lost our chooks, and we lost our eggs, and we lost some good family friends. We used to call them the pock-pocks, and they used to come up and peck me. And they used to listen to the missions and sort of and watch us play ping-pong. And so, yeah, it's all a bit sad. But I will play this recording from 1927, Ted Weems and the band, and the name of the track, Chick, 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 Chicken. Okay, there we have Ted Weems and the band. We're one of the best bands of the era. They were very tight and they just had a good rollicking disposition. And it was Parker Gibbs who did all the vocaling with the group, and they were sort of big stuff in the mid to late 20s. Their records are always prized. I'm going to play another one or two because they're good. Good missions fodder, I say. Here we go, another. This one is another track from, this one from 1926, about a year earlier. And I've got the originals of these on the shelves, but you know what? I can't find them and I'm lazy, so I just refer to YT, knowing that the records are in here. But yeah, when they do emerge, when I do my random 20s hits, I savour the moment. But here we go. Back to 1926, My Cutie's Due at 222 today. I'm vk3sl. Testing.
Got a date, 1:58, with the one that I love best. My cutie's due at 222. She's coming through on a big choo-choo. She's been away for months, but I haven't cheated once. Stayed home nights, didn't dance, wasn't taking any chance. Didn't flirt, and though it hurt, just couldn't do my cutie dirt. My days were blue and my nights were black, but I just knew that she'd come back. For I love her and she loves me, and say, don't think there ain't no Santa Claus. I know darn well there is, because my cutie's due at 222 today.
So stylistically appropriate to the time, all of those little sort of breaks and stops and little syncopated riffs there. And yeah, Ted Weems and the band, and I'm going to play a few more because they're sort of they're raising my mood. I've always liked Ted Weems, always liked his records. Hello there, Frank. You with us there?
Yes, Steve. How are you?
Yeah, good. Hanging in there.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
good evening to the listener from VK3JR.
Yes, welcome to you, Frank. Yeah, so yeah, we're on board.
7 megahertz?
Yes, we are. We are going out on 40, Frank.
All guns blazing, eh?
Yes, that's it. So we've got only about 20 watts thereabouts, and
what do you need?
That's all it seems to be needed. Yeah, it seems to work really well.
Especially this time of night.
Yeah.
It's full strength, you know.
Yeah. Look, that's it. I've been monitoring off the SDR, the Ironstone Range SDR in South Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a sort of a remote locale, and it's fabulous. I mean, you really get a sense of how well 40 propagates further afield. So, yeah, excellent signal and just nice to know. So we're still working on 40 systems. I've got to find a new signal generator and a little modulation device. I've got a plan,
Yes.
and that's going to give us even more, just a bit more scope, because I'd rather have a transmitter that's sort of not right where I am.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yes, I think that's wise.
Yeah, so there are RF issues, but that's we're managing at the moment. It's all good. Yeah. So anyhow, busy week. It's all crazy. Back at the coalface for a full week, first full week back.
Yes,
And,
that did come hard.
Oh, it does. Hits like nothing else. I've been
It's amazing for how quickly the feeling of having been on a holiday evaporates, isn't it?
Well, it's true. I'm sort of trying to resource myself. I've been trying to hit the sack really early, so I've just got all of the energy I need to get through the day, and then slowly sort of work out a happy medium. But,
Sure.
so I've been retiring early, trying to get lots of sleep, and just to cope with the intensity at the workface.
Yeah.
But that's the way of things. But I will be around tonight. Looking forward to doing a program, and we'll just play some new records that we've acquired in recent times. So that should be fun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So we'll
Very
do that.
good.
Yeah, shoot that for a little bit. Yeah. So
Going to do 40 metres?
yeah. Oh, look, late nights, I don't think it's worthwhile. The shortwave stations will wake up after Grey Line, and it's just, it's at the top of the band. It's just not worth doing.
I agree.
Yeah, so I
Unless
think
you want to come lower, of course.
well, could do that, but I don't know. There's a lot of the stations from Indonesia sort of start to creep in.
Spread, don't they?
Yeah, you do. So it tends to be a little bit noisy, a bit congested. We could go lower, but I don't know. I think we'll probably just leave it with the for the afternoon
I think
sessions.
it's great for this time of night, as we were saying.
Yeah. Look, on Sunday we had missions galore.
Oh, did
on
you
40.
do Sunday, did you?
Yeah, I did. Oh gosh, I don't know what happened on Sunday. Yes, I ended up being around for it. I caught back in time.
You thought you might, because you went Henry's performance, didn't you?
Yes, we did, and it was a wonderful concert. And I ended up playing an excerpt. In fact, I played an excerpt at the beginning of this afternoon, and I'll play some more of it tonight.
Please.
Yeah, I got permission to do that, and it was very special. It was a beautiful performance, and it's a wind quintet, and the standard was really high, and the music was wonderful, and it was very involving. It was great music. So we heard Ligeti, the Bagatelles, the music of Riker, who's a contemporary of Beethoven, and
Heard of Riker?
yeah, Anton Riker. Read a lot of wind music, but beautiful melodic shapes, lovely writing, and also the Kammermusik, or one of the Kammermusiks by Hindemith. So I might play that tonight, because I think that was the sort of the highlight of the program. It goes for about 13 minutes, and it's about 5 short movements. And I'll do a little bit of background on it as well, and I'll play that as a feature tonight.
Yeah.
So that'll be something, one of quite a few offerings, hopefully. So yeah, there's a game plan. So yeah, I started off by playing Ted Weems' Chick 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 Chicken tonight, because all our chooks have died, Frank.
Oh, what? Oh, you got a
Fox
disease.
got in. Yeah, Fox got in and
no.
took them all. So yeah,
that's sad.
it's really sad. Well, I was very attached to our
The
chooks.
kids were upset.
Oh, all of us were. The kids had to pick
I'm
up.
sure you were.
All of us, yeah, and because I've sort of developed a bit of an attachment to them. They come out and peck my toes each night, and when we play ping pong, they watch the ball go from side to side.
Do they really? Do they move their heads?
A little bit.
That's wonderful.
Poor things, though. I thought I had the fox-proof coop. It's got metal underneath and over the top, and it's all caged, and it's sort of, I thought it was good. But the egg box lid was a tiny bit loose, and I hadn't realised. And
They've been able to loosen it more.
They pulled it and pulled it and pulled it over successive days, and it happened over Easter. And they managed to, over a few days, rip the hinge out.
Gee.
Unbelievable. And then rip the top off and get in. So it's pretty, they're pretty savvy. I mean, we all know how savvy they are, but it almost makes you wonder if they're working in tandem. But maybe, I mean, I just think that one was just happened to get the right angle and was able to break free, and sadly just ate them all. I mean, it beheaded them all. Terrible. Poor chooks. I feel for them.
You get some more?
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to leave it for a while.
Yeah.
I think we'll
I
have a
know.
break.
It's like when you lose a pet. You really feel like because you don't feel you can really replace them properly.
No, and we've had them for a long time. We've had them for about nearly 7 years.
Have you?
Yeah, so it's been a while.
That's sad.
So it is sad. So yes, bye-bye chooks. And so I thought, and I saved their last egg until the other day.
Good.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Nothing like fresh eggs, are they?
I know, I'm going to miss that for sure. Yeah, anyhow.
We used to have eggs at home in Box Hill when I lived, while I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did
Yeah,
you?
a Dad built a thing for them.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and there was a bit of fuss about the rooster.
Right. Yes.
Very,
Roosters in
very
neighbourhoods are
active rooster we had.
Yes, they do. Look, it's interesting, isn't it? That even our chooks used to be very loud, and I used to wonder about the neighbours. But yes, roosters are particularly loud, and I could understand.
We were kind of used to it, so you tend to not. It's hard to be aware of how loud they are.
Yeah, and it's sort of a natural sound. It's sort of
I
like
don't mind.
yeah. Likewise, this is just another bird song of a
That's
kind.
right. That's the best they can do.
It is. That's right. That's the way they strut their stuff. Yeah. And have you been out to any shows, concerts, or anything this week? Anything of?
No, I didn't even make it to U3A today. I wasn't feeling so well.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm okay now.
You all right?
It's a 24-hour thing, I think.
Oh, no, not so good.
Anyway, nowhere of special note.
Okay. Sure. All righty. Well, we'll proceed with the music. I've been playing a few Ted Weems tracks to this point, and I'll play one more. It's one I can't recall ever hearing, so I'm sort of keen to discover it.
Just before you do, there's
yes.
one event I should draw to attention.
Oh, yes. Please.
2 days ago was International Jazz Day.
Ooh, International Jazz Day. Now, I didn't know there was ever such a thing.
Neither did I until it
Right,
happened.
International Jazz. I reckon there's someone sat there and just,
It's bringing it on the radio anyway, so it is authentic.
All right, International Jazz Day. Well, what was how did they encapsulate the genre with their...
The ABC were the only ones I ever heard. And there was a jazz program on MBS.
Oh, okay.
MBS
Right.
has 3 jazz programs, actually.
Oh, that's great.
And they're all good.
Oh, very good. Oh, I should take note when they are. I should listen for them. We'll see.
One Saturday, there's one Friday, I think, and there's one Tuesday.
Okay.
Late evening.
Okay, very good. I know that Jim McLeod was doing one for PBS, I think, after he left the ABC.
Oh, yes.
He did for a while.
Jim McLeod, yes.
Yeah.
He did it till he went away.
Yeah, that's right.
He did it for years.
He
It was
did.
wonderful to be able to hear him.
Yeah, he was still on. He's still there. Still.
It was on a Saturday morning.
That's right. I used to listen to that. That was great. That was fabulous.
He was just about my favourite Australian presenter.
Yeah, he was marvellous. He just had the right sort of chill factor.
My favourite of all time was Willis Conover.
I know. We've got to go back and find more from that archive, because we had a period when we were really discovering those Willis Conover Radio Australia recordings, and we found an elephant's vault of them, and I'd love to exploit that more. It was just not terribly accessible. It was hard to sort of navigate them and queue them up, but I will persevere and we'll have more. I'm going to write that on the list too. Willis Conover.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of archives, I've been given an archive of American plays, radio dramas.
Oh, really? Fabulous.
It's very good. They're done in America. There's Philip Marlowe's, Philip was a famous detective, as you would know.
Yes, indeed, absolutely.
And lots of other things, and 5-minute things as well. Little vignette things.
Fabulous.
So you're very welcome to it.
Oh, thank you. Well, if we can work out a way of sharing the files, I'd be more than happy to play them. That'd be fun.
I'll send you a memory stick.
Oh yeah, that'd be good, and then we can work with that. I mean, that's if you can get a copy of them, and I
can just make a copy.
Yeah, that'd be terrific.
I've got them.
Yeah, that's excellent. I'd like that very much, and I still have some a few bits and bobs from Jamie. I was thinking about Jamie during the week. I was thinking, look, what we should do is see if we can get our Skype framework going again.
Okay.
Or something similar, so we can just sort of bring him in, or Teams or something.
I've never used Skype.
Well, or some sort of what do we used to use?
We used to use Zoom.
Zoom. That's right. We used Zoom, didn't we? I'll find out what Jamie's most conversant in, and then we'll see if we can sort of use that utility. I mean, it'll be really. I'd sort of miss him. I'd like to.
I'm sure he'd love to join. All things being equal.
Yeah, it's the thing, and it's just a little bit chaotic here at the moment to sort of organise stuff.
Yeah, sure. You've just got to put your home stuff first.
Yeah, it's just so much happening here, and it's not easy. But I think it would be straightforward bringing him in on that type of platform. We're set up for it. I've got mix minus facilities on the desk, and I've got it's got a compressor in it, and it does all the right things, gets the levels right, and it does work. We've proved the concept, and we used to use it a lot.
If I came up on it as well,
You
we'd
did.
get rid of the kachunkas, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it was actually quite a efficient system. It worked really well.
Well, when you look back, and I was reminded of it on the Sunday when I was listening to all the cross bands.
Yeah.
It was used quite. Dave used it quite a lot.
He did. He used it.
Not necessarily Skype, but telephonic means.
Yes, that's right. So there's Echo Link and there's various other sort of frameworks that. But look, I use it quite a bit at work for various things, and the algorithms just keep on improving, and they're really good. I mean, the quals are just excellent. It's broadcast quality across the board, really.
It is,
and it's all optimized for speech. Not so good for music, but you can change the enhancement settings, and it's a very flexible framework. So,
from my perspective, I could still listen on radio anyway.
You would get the delay.
Yes, there is. Which is, I could have it in the background.
You could, but you could also listen on the. I mean, it would just possibly be slightly better continuity for you. But if you can, look, it's something to consider. We could look at, find out what Jamie's using anyhow, and so
he'll go with whatever you say because he's very technically adept.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll just have that conversation. I'll just get in touch with him and see what we can organise, because I'd love to have him on board. I'd love to, he'd be able to. He'd really cast a light on a lot of the Australian stuff.
He had a great deal to our knowledge base.
Oh, totally. I mean, he's a brains trust. He's amazing. Yeah. So anyhow, there we go. There's another pathway. All right. Well, we'll continue with a little bit more Ted Weems. This one from 1927. It was a big hit for that year, actually, but I've never heard his version of it. So keen to check in. It's Miss Annabel Lee.
Me oh my, looky there, passing by, why I declare, watch her come right up and talk to me.
Stop bragging.
Step aside, let her pass, satisfied, now ain't she class? Now I'll introduce her socially.
My baby.
Who's wonderful, who's marvelous, Miss Annabel Lee. Who's kissable, who's lovable,
Miss Annabel Lee.
ain't she a pretty baby?
What I would give,
Escorting her,
supporting her.
don't forget that she's exclusive. Who's dignified, who's glorified, Miss Annabel Lee. What makes them fall, she has it all, just look and you'll see. You ain't telling me a thing, boy, I'm telling you. Who's wonderful, who's marvelous, Miss Annabel Lee.
so of its time, isn't it? It's just quintessentially mid-20s dance band music played to a very high level.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
enjoyed that.
It's full of comedic sort of. It's got a lot of fun, and they really sort of transcended the music in a way. They're excellent musicians.
When I was a very small kid, I used to hear there's one song by Ted Williams that they used to play all the time on the radio.
Oh, is that Heartaches?
That's the one.
He made that as a big hit after the fact. That was much later on. That was in the 30s or 40s, late 30s.
Yes, or 40s perhaps.
Yes, it was. And he sort of, I think he had a resurgence. It was it's interesting. But... but in the 20s, he was the big cheese, or along with a number of bands of that sort of higher level, just producing excellent music. And then Heartache, we should play Heartache soon. I'll play that in a minute. I'll play a few of these. There's another track here from, I particularly love this mid-20s period because they just capture all of the stylistic aspects of the music. They just
started getting into electrical recording as well.
Yeah, totally. And they really had all the facilities there, and they're beautifully recorded, and they're just full of spirit, and marvellous stuff. Here's a track called Marvellous. And sunny 20s hits, and you heard Ted Williams in the band, and Marvellous from 1927. Yeah, full of spirit. Oh, good. And Parker Gibbs just had that right balance of sort of comedic sort of play. He sort of almost didn't take himself very seriously, but I think it sort of works. All right, we'll play another couple. Here we go. This one is also from that same year, 1927, and it sort of plays a little bit on the It Girl, and that was, who was the It Girl? I know who the It Girl was. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm vk3sl, and we are testing.
hearts have certain something that they rave about. No one can understand. It puts you in demand. Say, I know one who has it, and she stands right out. Am I happy? Am I proud? You can't pick her in a crowd, 'cause she's got it. And plenty of it, brother, she's got it. I never saw another have so much of such and such. She's really not exquisite, but after all, what is it? Lips and eyes, just like a million others. Still, what made me fall? Now it ain't that ain't it. That is that, and it is it. Say she's got it, that's all.
Aha, the It Girl was indeed Clara Bow, and I commend her movies. She had spunk, she had character, and she was just a naturalistic actress in the era where everything was stylized, and she was just human, and just everyone connected with this beautiful, vibrant personality. But Hollywood destroyed her, totally destroyed her, sadly.
Was she in the 20s?
Yes, she was. She was huge in the 20s. She made a film called It in 1927.
The It Girl.
And so that's what this...
That was a good career move, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And that's the song we just heard was really about her. Came out the same year.
Oh, yeah.
And the film was huge. It was a massive success. And she made a number of movies. And then she sort of... these terrible rumours came out about her, and she was sort of a subject of all of this horrible Hollywood hype. And then eventually talkies came in, and she wasn't able to keep up because her style was a very natural, physical style of comedy. And and she ended up sort of becoming a recluse, and then substance abuse and all those things. And she ended up not living. Oh, she lived to 60, but she should have lived much longer. And she was someone with such a personality. Would have been nice if she lived on. But yes, Clara Bow. We've featured a number of her movies on movie nights, and she's just the most beautiful actress. She's just got this wonderful naturalness about her. Never mind, but we just heard Ted Weems telling us the It story there. And one thing I like about the band is they've got a fabulous rhythm section. The rhythm section in the Weems band was right on the front foot. And another song that really reveals that characteristic is The Man from the South from 1929.
Oh, I met that man from the South. Oh, I met that man from the South. Had a big cigar in his mouth, so I knew he's from the South.
Say, Jared, what did your wife say when she left you?
I'll sue you later. Say, Gibby, what do you think of bathing girls?
I don't know. I never bathed one.
Oh, I met that man from the south. Oh, I met that man from the south. Had a big cigar in his mouth, so I knew he's from the south. Oh, it is. Oh,
Okay, here we go. There we have it. That was the man from the south, Ted Weems, and his orchestra from 1929. We got
Really jumping, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Great rhythm section. They really sort of on the front foot, and it almost sounds like one of those Tonian era black bands. They really had
Yes,
that.
they've got that level of energy on it, really.
Yes, it's compelling. It's marvellous stuff. There was a reunion in the band in the 1960s.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, on a TV show. I did play it on one of an early emissions. I'll have to dig it up one day. It's quite fun. And the original band members in the 20s, they're all in their, by then they were in their 60s. And they all got together and sort of reformed the original band. But I'm going to see if I can find Heartaches, the version.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. I'd love to hear it again.
Yeah, Ted Weems.
The shuffly sort of bass to it.
Yeah, that's it. And it's a product of their sort of second generation. But Ted Weems...
And the bass clarinet.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yes, you're right. Ted Weems. It's W-E-E-M-S.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Ted Weems and Heartaches. Unusual spelling of Weems. I always misspell it with an H. Here we go. 1947 it came out.
Oh, I thought it was
But it's interesting. It came out in 47, but it was a reissue of a 1938 recording.
Well, it's the reissue that sparked all this activity on the radio with it.
Yeah, I think
So I've been hearing it since I was about 6 or 7.
Wow, it's amazing.
I loved it. As a 6-year-old, I loved it.
Sure, yeah, that's fabulous. Well, here we go. I'm happy for him that he had his second sort of second innings.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's from the 1947 Hits Archive, but it does mention here that it was actually a reissue of a 1938 recording. Fascinating stuff, how they could do that. And music obviously was sufficiently modern in 1938 for it to be sort of deemed...
You're welcome, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. So let's hear the Ted Weems in his next generation. I'm vk3sl. Yay! That rhythm was really quite progressive for 1938.
Would have been.
Yeah, all that layering. And gosh, you can really hear how that would inspired, what's his name, guitarist? Isn't it? I'm drawing blanks today because I'm overtired. Les Paul. Les Paul did Heartaches, didn't
Les Paul. Yeah, he may have done.
I thought he did a version of Heartaches.
He very likely did.
I'll just see because it sounds really familiar. And
that's why you're looking it up. Wasn't that whistling amazing?
I know. It's really clever.
How do you do that legato from one note to another
it's a whistle,
and land on the note? I can't do that. I'm a pretty reasonable whistler, actually. I say it myself. I can whistle in tune.
Sure.
But I can't do that.
Yeah, I reckon it's using one of those special whistles. No, those comedic whistles that they use. What are they called?
That has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's using, what do they call them? The whistles that they use as a sort of extended percussion instrument.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sounds like a whistle, though, like a mouth whistle, doesn't it?
It does, yes. I think they've done something with it. It's like but
a spot on the note. You know, there's no sliding. It's just bang on the nose.
Yeah. I'm going to look up Heartaches with Les Paul.
I haven't heard it. I don't doubt there is one.
Maybe I'm hearing it from somewhere else. Heartaches, Les Paul. No. Maybe not. No, it just sounds incredibly. Maybe I just somehow conflated one thing with another.
Like you should have done it anyway.
Yeah, Chet Atkins did it. No, well, never mind. Sorry about that, folks. That was a bit of a misleading thought there. Bit of a brain fart. All right, look, let's excuse me. All right, well, let's go back. Let's go back a step because one of the important things about Ted Weems in the band was that Ted Weems, he discovered Perry Como. And so that's
Perry cutting his hair at the time, I wonder.
Yes,
he was a barber. Perry.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, we'll hear an early recording. This one from the 30s, from the late 30s. It's called Simple and Sweet. It features a young Perry Como with Ted Weems and his orchestra.
Oh, lovely.
Like the rose that blushes in tender repose, so sweet, simple and sweet. You're in each tune, the nightingale sings to the moon, so sweet, simple and sweet. If you should go, my castles would tumble, I know. My heart would start missing a beat. And you're all I love, my angel, my heaven above, complete, simple and sweet.
more of that whistling.
Yeah, there was. I might have been Red Ingle. He was with the band, and he was an amazing musician, and he could sort of do anything. And maybe he played the Swanee. It's a Swanee whistle, isn't it?
That's the one. I know this, but that's a sliding mechanism.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it is, but I'm wondering if they're using it because it just. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't achieve that on a Swanee. That's a slide.
Yeah, I suppose it's all slide, isn't it? But I wonder if there's a technique of sort of stopping the sound and then quickly finding a spot.
Maybe there is, but I can't see how you could do that without any perceivable break.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
The only way that I imagined that you could do it is by having an instrument that's got holes or keys.
Yeah, I get it. I understand because it's sort of very. It's
got to be an instantaneous change of length.
Yes, exactly. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it does. Yes, otherwise you'd have smears everywhere. That's true. Right. Yeah, I reckon it's just a really good whistler.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was one of the highlights of it. But he was very good too.
Yeah, excellent.
Look, I'm going to have to wind it in a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's all right. You're going to be around tonight for a...
Yes, I certainly will.
Oh, that's excellent. All
certainly
right,
will.
I look forward to it. That'll be really good. Yeah, okay. Well, look, I'll play just a bit more of Ted Weems, and sort of is a bit of a feature artist tonight out of by default, and then we'll see where it leads us, and then we'll catch up with you a bit later on.
If I disappear mid-item, that's what happens.
That's totally understood. No problems at all, Frank. It's good to catch up with you.
Likewise, Steve. Likewise, always.
And should be fine this weekend. I'm trying to have a low-key weekend this weekend, so hoping to do missions on each day.
I've got nothing on tomorrow except the vote.
Yes,
go out and vote.
Yes, that's right. I have to get out
Don't
and
forget
do
that.
Yes, I saw a bit of an altercation at the local primary school. A
already?
certain party was putting up lots of big placards, and somebody else came in and was tearing them down.
Whoa.
It's all happening, but they
Bit of biffo at the polling booth.
Yeah, they're getting it early with the placards. Yeah.
Well, the one near us, one of them is totally full of core flutes by a particular party.
Yeah,
starting with LI.
Yes, that's right. There seems to be a lot of core flutes around, isn't it?
Lots of core flutes.
Yeah.
David, Kathy was saying it was dangerous because there were so many. They were sort of obstructing people who may have had some difficulty in manoeuvring, older people, etc.
Yes, I can understand, and they are ungainly big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what was happening where I was watching. There was like a bit of a core flute war.
Core flutes at 5 paces.
I noticed that someone was... there's been a bit of flame-throwing vandalism with core flutes because they burn very easily. Because
do they? Oh, that's shocking.
Because they're plastic, of course, and so you just do a quick lick of flame and they go for a big melt.
Hey,
yeah. So, there's been a bit of that.
People don't start doing that in the middle of crowds.
No, certainly not. So, anyhow, tomorrow's a big day. All right, well, we'll see where it all goes.
Where it all goes.
Yeah, all right.
I think we hope it goes in the same direction.
I certainly do.
But we say hello to the Long?
Yep, we do.
Also.
Yes, he's maybe listening. All right, we'll continue with some more Ted Weems, and this is on a Decca from 1936, and very early Perry Como. This must have been this. I was trying to sort of find out a bit more information about him, but he did start in the early 30s, and you're right, he was a barber, came from an Italian family, spoke Italian at home. So he had a very long career, really, from the early 30s right up until the 1990s. Amazing.
Huge,
incredible.
Must have been a fair age when he left the earth.
Yeah, he lived in, when did he die? 2001, I think. And he was born about 1910. Yeah, 1912 to 2001. Okay. Yeah.
89.
Yeah, thereabouts. And
doesn't seem so old as you approach.
Yeah. But, 80 is the new 40,
80, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I like to think.
Yeah, exactly. So, he recorded for Victor for 44 years exclusively, from 1943 to 1987. But he was recording earlier, and 100 million records worldwide. He had a beautiful voice. I like these early stuff. He really suits the genre.
Very smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, very smooth. He suits the genre beautifully. I don't know a lot about him, but
Nor do I. I remember him in the 50s very clearly with all his hits.
Yes, he had a huge number of hits in the 50s, didn't he? But it's interesting that he had sort of a dance band career preceding that time.
I heard a bit of an interview with him.
Oh, yeah.
And they were asking him about the songs that he was singing and had sung, what he liked. And he said they kept on giving me these upbeat sort of songs or semi-novelty sort of songs.
Yeah.
And all I wanted to do was to sing soulful ballads. He said that's what I really wanted.
Oh, is that what he said? That's quite hard. That's really rather beautiful in a way.
In a way, it is. Yeah, I think it's an insight into him, really.
Yeah, it is. He obviously enjoyed a good tune. He probably came from a tradition where, Italian songs were.
Totally, which is a very well-established tradition.
Oh, certainly is. And I noticed
of a lot of Italian opera, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what do they call them? What do they call those songs when they sing them? It'll come back to me. But I just noticed that Perry Como is actually hosting that Ted Williams reunion.
Oh, really?
In 1961. That's
appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's before a number of members of the band passed away. They all sort of died in short succession and in the early 60s.
Yes.
And they're probably all chain smokers. And
right.
Yeah, and
Worse.
Yeah, and I think Perry Como, he hosted them on his TV program, and they had a retrospective. So I will play it actually after. If you want to put your recorder on, or I can alert you to the link, and it could be fun to listen to. And I should also play something else that I heard this week, and I have heard it before, but it came back to me. And it is a bit of a spoof. Well, I won't say a spoof, but it's a BBC documentary on the audiophile from the 1950s.
All right.
And it really takes the piss, and it's very cleverly done, and it's done to the highest production standards, but it just raises all these questions about the whole movement, the whole scene.
Dan Freeberg did a beauty.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely, he did. It's great. So I might feature that a little later on as well.
It's a very funny Flanders and Swan song.
Oh, yes. They did a beauty. Maybe we'll save it up for tomorrow. I'll save that one up for tomorrow because
sounds good. Yeah.
Because we can make a bit of a feature. We can dig up some of those.
All those things we just mentioned are very funny.
They are indeed. Neapolitan songs is what I was thinking.
Yes. Now I'll direct you to someone, not now, who used to sings folk songs, sort of folk Neapolitan type folk songs.
Sure. Yeah.
He's called. I'll have to remember his name.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's a fabulous
Marco
song.
Beasley, surprisingly enough. Is his name.
Okay, that's not a name I would expect associated with. Yeah, okay, that sounds great. Well, I'd like to. That's another subject, isn't it? All right, here we go. Back to 1936, a very early recording of Perry Como in his 20s, a young fella, and he's with the Williams Orchestra and Fooled by the Moon.
By the moon, hurt by the stars, skies full of blue, helped you deceive me. Stardust fell from out of the sky, and somehow I couldn't see that my true love was passing by. Why did I have to be fooled by the moon?
hurt by the stars. I love you too, please do believe me. You had me in heaven, then you brought me to earth too soon. Hurt by the stars and fooled by the moon.
Okay, there we go. That was Ted Williams, and with a young Perry Como from his first recording session.
Boy,
yeah,
he sounded good, didn't he?
He did. He's really got the vibe. I was trying to work out who he was trying to emulate.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of Jolson there.
Bit of Jolson, of course, the crooner element of Crosby.
Yes, definitely, that was there too. Now I've just chimed in with I've just looked up an AI overview. I put in the question into the search engine. I said, who was the whistle player in Ted Williams' band? And it comes up with Elmo Tanner played the whistle in most of the Ted Williams recordings, particularly
Played the whistle. Interesting.
Known for his whistling on the song Heartaches, while he also sang with the band, the Ted Williams Orchestra discovered his whistling talent while travelling and began featuring it prominently in their music.
Wow.
There we go, Elmo Tanner.
It sounds as though he was doing it with his mouth.
Yeah, I think he was. Now I refer to Wikipedia, and I can tell you that William Elmo Tanner, born in 1904 and died in 1990, was an American whistler, singer, bandleader, and disc jockey, best known for his whistling on the chart-topping song Heartaches with the Ted Williams Orchestra. Tanner and Williams recorded the song for 2 companies within 5 years. Neither recording was successful originally. The song became a hit for both record companies after a Charlotte, North Carolina disc jockey played it at random in 1947.
There you go.
I love these sort of chance encounters.
I know.
It's marvellous stuff.
I was wondering why they decided to reissue it. It would be a very unusual thing to do in that time.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's some more information here. It says Tanner was originally hired by Williams as a vocalist. The bandleader discovered Tanner's whistling ability while the band was travelling to an engagement. Like Bing Crosby, he was able to whistle from his throat due to the muscles in his larynx. Interesting.
Oh, no.
He subsequently became a featured performer as a whistler.
Did Crosby do it?
Yeah, well, Crosby used to whistle a lot in the early days.
Well, from his larynx?
Yeah, from his larynx.
How does that work?
I don't know how that works. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's interesting. Maybe there's a phenomenon we don't fully understand. He subsequently became a featured performer as a whistler, earning his nicknames Whistler's Mother's Boy, the Whistling Troubadour, and the nation's best-known whistler.
Oh, yeah.
He began...
Whistler's Mother's Boy. I like that.
Williams considered Tanner's whistling important enough to his orchestra that in 1939 he insured Tanner's throat for $10,000. I love it. Besides music whistling, he also imitated birds for Disney.
Yeah, he'd be very good with that ability.
Yeah.
Because birds do it all the time.
Yeah.
It comes naturally, obviously.
It seems
part
to.
of the facility that enables them to sound so good.
Yeah. So throat whistling, I'm perplexed. It just doesn't I can't connect with it. I can't imagine doing it. But
Same.
After a failed attempt at running a restaurant in his native Nashville in the early 50s, he toured with the Elmo Tanner Quartet. Until 1958 when he found work as a disc jockey in Florida. Elmo Tanner Quartet. That deserves a look up. Here we go, another rabbit hole. Elmo.
There's a whole network of them.
Yes. Elmo Tanner Quartet. I've only got my phone with me today. Elmer Tanner, I think it is. Elmer Tanner Quartet. I can't spell. Quartt. Here we go. Drum roll. Wait for it. Do we get a result? Elmer Sheed Story. No, that's something else. No, I can't find anything. I will look them up.
Okay.
I'll investigate a bit further because that would be fun to find. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, I do have another track lined up, though. From this officially is Perry Como's very, very first recording from the same session we just heard, apparently. But, yeah, it'd be nice to play it. I always like to go back to the source. And the name of this track is You Can't Pull the Wood Over the Wall. Not the wood. You Can't Pull the Wool Over My Eyes.
Pull the wool over my eyes. You can't get away telling those lies. You're not the way you used to be. I've got eyes and I can't see. You've been stepping out on me. What a surprise, I'm wise. You can't alibi, try as you may. That look in your eyes gives you away. Oh, you got yourself in a jam. You're gonna lose your honey lamb, 'cause you can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's very Crosby-esque.
Oh, certainly was. It's like Harlan Lattimore, that Crosby.
Yeah, that's right. I had to double take on it for a minute.
Yeah, you could really tell where he was channeling there.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating, isn't
Did
it?
a good job, too.
He did. He did a really good job. Amazing. Now, well, he was born 1912 and that was in 1936. So what, 24? Wow. Yeah, amazing. There we go. The beginning of Perry Como's long career. That's his first disc.
Great stuff.
But he had a lovely grain to his voice. It's really quite affecting. I think that's marvellous. Now, I looked up Mr. Elmo Tanner, and there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things. He sort of was under the diaspora of the Williams band mostly. I think I can't find anything from the quartet, but if I'll keep digging. It's Elmo, L-E-L-M-O. I got that wrong. Here's a track called this is way back, so it'd be interesting to hear this. It's called When You Were the Blossom of Buttercup Lane, and it features Elmo Tanner, and it's an early Ted Williams track from 1931.
roses and danced in the rain, and I was so happy with you. Remember our first little lesson in love? I gave you a kiss for each star up above, when you were the blossom of Buttercup Lane, and I was your little boy blue.
Okay, that was actually Elmo Tanner actually singing, not whistling.
Yeah.
So he was in his original contractual obligation
That's right.
as a singer, not as a whistler. And then I think they discovered the fact. Then maybe I think he might have been a better whistler than he was a singer, perhaps.
Certainly he was drew more attention to himself.
Yeah, I think
I
you're
think
right.
you're right, though.
Yeah, I think so. Anyhow, there's a lot more where that came from, and we can sort of exploit that fact. I've got to go. I'm going to put on that feature with Perry Como hosting his TV program from 1961, featuring a retrospective on the Ted Weems Band, and it's all got all sorts of weird and wonderful things, including some crazy stuff with Red Engel, where you haven't even touched on who was a member.
Red. We've got to feature Red one.
Oh, look, that's it. I mean, there's another whole,
Red Engel and his unnatural seven.
Exactly. He was so unnatural. And I think he was a part of the spirit of the band, as sort of probably channeling Red Engel's crazy, almost Spike Jones-ish sort of manner.
Yeah.
But he was a part of the Ted Weems entourage from the very beginning, way back when he played the violin with them. And so there's another story. Yeah, so we'll be back tonight, usual time, same station, same hour. No, different material. We'll play something classical, interesting. I will play a bit of Henry's concert, and that should be fun, and we'll catch up then. And in the meantime, I've got to start doing this job. I've got to pull the washing machine apart, Frank.
Oh, Stephen, okay.
Yeah, yes. When the washing machine dies in our household, the whole place screeches to a halt.
Yes. Well, you've got such an amount of washing, I imagine.
We do. It's beyond ridiculous. And with 7 of us here. And everyone's washing all the time. And we've got a heavy-duty machine. And I know it's wrong. It's the coupler. And Kate was able to pick up one from a spare store today.
Excellent.
So I know there are numerous tutorials, but it's a big job. And the whole thing's got to be disassembled and fixed and then put back together. And I'm just hoping it's as simple as they make it look in the videos. But I'm going to probably start on it tonight and then continue.
Don't lose any screws.
That's right. I can't. And I've got to get all of the order of things right, because there are sort of clamps and various bits that, look, it's okay. I've got to do it. Save ourselves a lot of money if I can.
Yes, no, absolutely. And it'll give you some pleasure as well.
Oh, well, it'll be...
when you've done it.
Yes, that's right. There'll be a sense of satisfaction. That's right. Very much so. So I'll start to get myself ready for the big job. May end up having to be tomorrow. But so to ride out, we'll hear this Perry Como with Ted Weems. And
I'll put the recorder on and sign. I'm vk3sl going to listening and saying good evening to the listener.
Indeed. So thank you, listeners. Thank you for being there. And we will finish up now with this program with Perry Como, Ted Weems and the orchestra, one last reunion live in 1961. So, fitting way to finish. I'm vk3sl. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you later on tonight and further afield.
This week we have a bit of entertainment on the show that something that I asked for personally. I know that most people don't like to be reminded of their past, but this is one chapter out of the past that I don't mind reliving again tonight. That's why I asked for a very fine gentleman, Ted Weems, and some of the boys in the band I used to travel with on the bus. Boys like Parker Gibbs, Red Ingle, Elmo Tanner, Country Washburn, many more. We used to drive the bus, drive our own bus, carry our own lunch. We never ate it, we just carried it. I'm sure a lot of you danced to the music of this very fine gentleman even before my time, and even after I did my time with him. I'd like you to meet this group, friends. If you'll excuse me, we're going to grab a bus with the Weems Orchestra.
We're coming into Dallas, Mr. Weems.
Say, what is this bit with the bus, Barry?
Well, in 8 years that I was with the band, Ted, I kind of figured out we spend 6 of those years on a bus.
I seem to remember that you slept through the whole 6 years.
Ho, ho. Take the bus and leave the sleeping to us. Well, I didn't have much to do with the band, Ted, as you'll remember. I never got to sing any of the real popular songs.
Well, you'd never learn the words. You walk out to the mic with a sheet of music in your hand, and as I look at these cards, things haven't changed any.
Television isn't as easy as you think, Ted. Doing a show every week, you don't get a chance to memorize many things, you know.
Well, we had some pretty hectic days with the band, too.
I know they were hectic, but we never even had time to eat. I had to practically live on cheese sandwiches.
And that hasn't changed either.
Well, one thing's different. With my new boss, I don't have to give him a haircut.
You weren't such a hot barber, Barry.
I don't know. The last haircut I gave you seems to have lasted a long time. Being with Ted and the boys has really brought back some wonderful memories, friends. I used to sleep in that seat that Harry is occupying right now, and I see the boys are still playing a little poker like they used to. And if you don't mind, I'm going to break up the game because I want you to meet them. Hold on. Would you break up for a second, fellas? I have a few things I want to show you. For instance, here is a picture I'd like you boys to see. Now, that was a picture that was taken about 25 years ago. That's Ted in the front. That's, looks like Ronnie is second. And then there's Elmo and Parker and Country and, of course, Red Ingle. Now the scene changes 25 years later. And that's what can happen in 25 years. Do you think we could kind of recapture a few of those moments on the one-night stands in the ballrooms, Ted?
Well, I don't know if we could last the whole night, but we might do 9 or 10 minutes.
Okay, shall we get to the ballroom? Hold on. Go.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're very glad to be back in, where are we?
Dallas.
Oh, yes, Dallas. And now we'll start the evening off with one of our popular young men, a fellow who really needs no introduction, Country Washburn.
Oh, there was no preacher sitting on the lawn. Had his finger on the trigger and it out a hole. Oh, well, the gun said boo and the hog said pip. And the preacher grabbed him with all his grip. Oh, my Mona, you shall be free. Lordy, Lordy, listen here, baby. Yes, you shall be free. You shall be free when the good Lord sets you free. Well, there was a young man who had the blues. He had feet so big that he couldn't get shoes. And the shoe clerk said, come back again. And we'll fit you with the box that the shoes came in. Baby, my Mona, you shall be free. Lordy, Lordy, listen here, baby. Yes, you shall be free. You know you shall be free when the good Lord sets you free. Well, I was down behind the hen house on my knee. And I thought I heard a chicken sneeze. Oh, well, he sneezed so hard with a whooping cough that he sneezed his head and his tail right off. Hey, my Mona, you shall be free. Lordy, Lordy, listen here, baby. Yes, you shall be free. You know you shall be free when the good Lord sets you free. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Country. Coming up next is one of our favorites, one of your favorites too, the talented and popular, we'll call you. Singing Piccolo Pete, a fellow who needs no introduction, Parker Gibbs.
Did you ever hear Pete go tweet, tweet, tweet on his piccolo? No? Well, that's not lying, because he certainly has got a style that's hotter than hot. Did you ever hear Pete go tweet, tweet, tweet on his piccolo? No? Well, you missed the treat, because his melodies sweet are the kind that he can pick a high note, he can pick a low note, he can pick a blue note, he can pick a note that's a brand new note. Did you ever hear Pete go tweet, tweet, tweet on his piccolo? No? Well, I'll put you wise. He's a bird in disguise. It's a bird called Piccolo Pete. Yeah!
Now a moment I'm sure you've been waiting for. A fellow who really needs no introduction. Red Engel. Our next entertainer is probably the one we get the most requests for. Our celebrated whistler, a fellow who needs no introduction, Elmo Tanner. And now, last and certainly least, a fellow who needs a lot of introduction. But he looks awful good in front of the band. Perry Como. That's you, Charlie. Good.
Who's kissing her now?
I wonder who's kissing her now.
I wonder who's teaching her how.
I wonder who's teaching her how.
I wonder who's looking into her eyes. Breathing sighs, telling lies. I wonder who's buying the wine?
I wonder who's buying the wine
for the lips that I used to call mine.
For those sweet lips that I used to call mine.
I wonder if she ever tells him of me.
Da, 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 da.
I